Hello, friends. This is Anna Walker, and I help Miss Allison teach Sunday school usually, but since we're home for a while, Sunday school and church is looking a little bit different for all of us. And Miss Allison asked if I would help you guys create a way so that you could still do your Palm Sunday tradition. And so I've come up with a project for you to make your own palm branches that you can use and then video yourself, and we will have a different kind of procession with you and your palm branches this year. It's not going to take very much, a few pieces of paper, some tape. I'm going to use washi tape and some scissors and a popsicle stick, and that's pretty much all it's going to take. So I'm going to move the camera down, and I'm going to turn on my big overhead light, and we'll get started. All right, the camera's down. Here's my light. I'm going to shift it just a little bit here. So we're going to make two different styles of palm branches. This is one style that we're going to do, and the other style is going to be like this. Now this might feel a little bit more like our usual palm branches, but I wanted to give you a couple of different options so that you could decide which ones you wanted to do and have your palm fronds to wave on Palm Sunday. So I'm going to do two-tone for both of them, and we will work on this one first. Now, both of the palm branches that we're going to do here are going to start pretty much the same way. We're going to fold our papers in half. We're going to cut our shape out, and that's where we'll do things a little bit differently. So let's work on this one first. I'm going to put the two papers for our other style palm branches off to the side, and I've got the two pages that we're going to use here. I'm going to keep our palm branch right up here, and we'll refer to that. So I've got yellow on one side, I've got green on the other side. You can do the same color, you can do different colors. I like the idea of doing two different colors so that you've got a little bit of texture that goes in there. It just makes it a little more fun. So the first thing I'm going to do is cut the shape. Now if you look at this, it's just really kind of a rounded leaf shape. Now while I'm doing this, I want to show you how to cut paper really easily. And it means that you take your scissors and you keep your scissors pretty much straight the way they need to be, and you use your other hand to guide the paper so that you can move that paper and twist it around to where it needs to be. And that helps you get, if you were following a line, it helps you get a nice line. So there's our shape. I'm going to move our trash off. And we're almost done with the folding part of this, but we've got one more little fold to do. And it helps our palm branch have this little curve in it, helps it get a little bit more, I don't know, flyy or floaty. And to do that, we're just going to take and do a little triangle fold right here at the place where we did that center fold. I'm going to flip it over the other way, and I'm going to reinforce it so that we've got that nice bit there. Now, while we're waiting here, we're just going to come in with our scissors, and we're going to cut slits. We're not going to go all the way to the center, but we're going to go pretty close to the center. And we're going to leave a nice amount of space between each cut. This will be like the individual leaves of the palm fronds. And I'm just changing the angle a little bit so that we follow that curved line that we cut our palm branch out with. And I'm just going to go all the way around until we get to the top. And we're just trimming these little slits all the way. We're leaving a little bit of a stem at the bottom, and then up here at the top, the little fronds are going to get thinner and shorter. But there we've got both sides of our palm leaf. I'm going to open it up and I'll show you how we're going to put this together. All right, so we have, on both of these, we have these folds here. And what I'm going to do is make that center fold pop up in the middle so that we can have that nice little bit, I'm getting caught, we can have that nice little bit of an angle coming up just to help that palm branch arc just the tiniest little bit. See how that makes it just stand up there? And then all we're going to do is just take a little bit of tape. Like I said, I'm using washi tape. You can use Scotch tape. You can use masking tape. Use any kind of tape that you have on hand. I've got the washi on hand, so I'm using the washi tape. All right, so there's one of them, and it's ready to go. Now we're going to do the other one the same way. I'm going to take that center fold and bring it up into the middle and fold it down so that we've got that nice little arch in our palm branch. See how it's just giving us the tiniest bit of an arch. And I'm going to put another piece of tape here. Okay, so now we have our two pieces together, right? Now what are we going to do? We're going to lay them on top of each other. And I'm going to grab our popsicle stick. I'm going to put our popsicle stick about like that. And I'm going to take some of our washi tape and tape it down. Then I'm going to take the other piece. I'm going to lay it on top. Now, if you have some double stick tape, we can put a little piece of double stick tape, or we can put a little bit of glue right up here at the top to hold the top part of the palm branch together. I'm just laying it right on top here, and then I'm pressing it down. And now what I want to do is take a little piece of the washi tape again. I'm going to have it go all the way down the popsicle stick so that it's holding our palm branch right there on the popsicle stick. I'm going to add another piece of tape here. I'm going to add one up at the top just to give it some extra strength, and then a little bit more to come down here. And next what I'm going to do is take the scissors, and I just want to make the branch disappear right into the handle. You see how we did that there? Just taking the scissors and angling it toward and clipping it off, and that way it looks like from the popsicle stick all the way up, it goes just right up to the very top. Now there's one more thing I'm going to do before we're finished with this particular palm branch, if I can find the end of my washi tape. It's the only bad thing about washi tape is that sometimes you lose where that seam is. There we go, we found it. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take some of the washi tape right here where the papers match up with the popsicle stick, and I'm just going to wrap it around in a couple of different places so that it wraps all the way around the popsicle stick and holds it into place. And we can angle it down till we get to the popsicle stick, and I'm just twisting it all the way around the popsicle stick. And that gives us a nice tight hold there. Now if we want, we can continue the lines of the tape all the way up, but that is really all there is to our first palm branch. And now there's one of the palm branches that you can make for Palm Sunday. All right, I'm going to get the other one out. Now, the other palm branch, we're going to start out pretty much the same way. I'm going to bring this over here so you can see it. And see, we've got little turned up ends, so it looks a little bit more organic. We've got the little holes to mimic how we get the holes in some of the palm branches that we do. Same thing, I'm taking both pieces of paper and I'm holding them together. I'm finding the middle and I'm just folding it in half, okay? After that, before we cut our shape, I'm gonna accordion fold this. And we're gonna go back and forth and back and forth. We're just accordion folding it until we get to the very end. And here's our last little bit. We're just gonna fold that over. Now, because I've got two different papers here, I want to make sure that I use something like a pencil to sort of really press those folds in so that they'll stay nice and crisp, because we're going to need them nice and crisp for what we're going to do. Okay, so I'm going to unfold them, but we can still see our lines where the accordion folds are, right? Now we're going to cut our shape. And remember, we're starting this out pretty much the same way. We're going to have it start out here, and then we're coming wide out, and we're using our hand that's holding the paper to be what moves the paper instead of us moving our cutting hand. So the hand that has the scissors stays pretty still, and we just use our other hand to cut our palm shape. All right, there's our trash out of the way. Now we're going to take and we're going to make some decorative elements here. But to do that, we're going to take them and do them separately, okay? So I'll start with the green one here first. And about every other fold, I'm going to fold up and we're going to use the fold area just like we would if we were making snowflakes. I'm just going to cut little bits out wherever I feel like it. There's no pattern. There's no, you have to do it here, you have to do it there. And I'll show you what that does. That just puts little holes in, just like if we were doing snowflakes. And now I'm going to cut this one, fold this one back like this. Find my line, there we go. Okay, and we're going to do the same thing here. And we're going to take little notches out, just wherever we feel like it. They can be big notches, they can be tiny notches. This is totally up to you. This is your palm branch. You decorate it how you want. Okay? I'm kind of liking that. I want to put some here in the center though. So I'm going to take some here and I'm going to put some large ones in here. And you see, I'm holding my hand with the scissors just nice and straight, and it's the other hand that's moving the paper. Okay, I kind of like that design. Let's do the other one now. Let's do our yellow one. And same thing here. We're gonna match things up. They wouldn't have to be matched, I suppose. I suppose you could do them a little bit odd if you wanted to. I'm just doing them even because that's what I'm doing. And we're just gonna cut our notches. And remember, this is just all about what you feel like cutting out. You decide what's gonna work for you, and then just make those cuts and see where those notches tell you they wanna be. And I'm folding this one back here, and I think this one's gonna have lots of teeny tiny little ones. And this is fun for design purposes. There's nothing perfect, there's nothing required here. It's just your imagination where you think those designs are going to look, ooh, look at those. Those are pretty. Now I'm going to do some right here in the center like we did on the other one. And I'm doing a big one and then a couple of little ones on this one. And then we'll do teeny tiny. So, ooh, I like that. All right, let me get the scraps out of the way and I'll show you how we're going to finish this. It's really easy to do these projects. So the next thing we're going to do is on the fold lines that don't have any cuts on them, we're going to cut down. And we're just going to make some slits so that it's got a little bit of freedom that's going to come across. And we can even do this teeny tiny little one at both ends. Although we won't go down quite as far probably. All right, so this one's done with the slits. Let's get the slits in this one. And then I'll show you how we're going to put them together. And we're going to go back to our accordion folds, because that's all that we need to give us that movement and that texture that we have in these. Okay, so for each one of these, I am just going to go back and forth all the way across. Now, because some of the folds originally were going the other way, you'll have to be careful once you get to the middle point and start folding them back and forth so that we get that accordion fold going all the way across. Because remember, we had it folded in half when we first did this. And I'm just pressing down. So see, there's one of our palm branches there. I'm going to get the other one ready to go. And again, we're just folding back and forth on each of the fold lines that we made earlier. Just a simple accordion fold. And then I'm pressing the folds in really well. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab both of our palm branches together. I'm going to hold them together like this so that it looks like we have two branches right next to each other. And now is when we bring in the washi tape. So I'm going to find my end, and I'm going to tear off a bit of the washi tape. Again, if you're using Scotch tape, use Scotch tape. Use little pieces at a time. Use masking tape, whatever kind of tape you have at home. But we're just going to match these up, and then we're going to wrap them with the washi tape so that we have a little bit of a handle to make it possible for us to hold on to our palm fronds as we are waving them and celebrating on Palm Sunday. I'm going to get a little bit more tape. And again, we're just continuing on from where we were. And we're just going right on up. And I think that is going to give us our palm fronds nicely. Now, those slits that we cut, we can either leave them just like this, or if you want, you can take and curl the ends up. And the way I curled the ends up is I just took a pencil on each piece and I rolled it up tightly, just pressing in a little bit around the pencil, and that gives us our little curl. And we can do that on each one of these if you want to, but you don't have to. Maybe one of them that you make has got the curls in it, and maybe the other one that you made is just the straight branches and the straight leaves. But this just gives you a little bit more something, and it's really easy to do. It's just a matter of rolling the paper around a pencil and pressing as you're rolling, and that gives you that lovely little detail. So we've got our palm branches that have been made by using an accordion fold and cutting and folding the paper to make our designs that we cut into it. And we have our palm fronds that were made just by cutting and taping together 2 pieces of paper, and we've got palm branches ready to go for Palm Sunday. So I hope that you guys have a fun time putting together your palm branches, and I can't wait to see what you've done with them. So happy Easter, happy Palm Sunday, and go make yourself some palm branches. Bye-bye.